you know, just do the establishing shot, if you will,
Right.
and get to know you, who are you, establish who you are. From there, okay, from there, talk about what you're doing currently,
Right.
and then from there, also the final segment would be more about the future. What are your plans? What are your big ideas?
Okay.
What are your hopes for,
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
everything to happen?
Okay.
So, you know, so we got all this time to fill in,
Okay.
and
All right.
nobody knows you like you know you.
Hello.
And there is no yes and no
Okay.
response.
All right. We got to
It's yes with a
expound.
whole lot of details.
Okay.
And you
All
just
right.
like you heard Bill just run with it, just
Exactly.
run with it because this is your show. This is about you. This is for you and for your. Go ahead.
Mic check.
No, just go ahead and talk normal.
Okay. Hello. How's everybody?
He's talking to me.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So this is again Sade talking to Bertron Cowan. All right. All right. We're ready. So you're going to take as much time as you need to explain in detail, in full detail,
okay.
all of the aspects of your productions and your programs and your hopes for everything. To
Okay. And when, although we're in the Delta market, can we still reference Jackson event?
you can talk about whatever you want.
Okay. And then you also mentioned about the Mississippi Black Business Expo.
We're going to talk
for,
about everything you want.
okay, that'll be
Okay.
fine. Okay.
So
All right.
those are going to be the three main things. Okay.
Yes, that
All
sounds
right,
like a
so
plan.
we'll
Okay.
take each one at a time. Okay. So
We can
wait,
do it.
give it to me first. The Delta
Uh,
Business Alliance.
yes, the Mississippi.
Welcome to Delta Renaissance. I'm your host, Sade Turnipseed. And on tonight's show, I have my brother in the house, all the way from, where are you from? Are you from Itabena or
Well, actually, I'm from quite a few places. I
yeah,
was born in Bolivar County,
in Bolivar
at Mount
County?
Bayou.
Oh, really?
Yes, I grew up at
Oh,
Cleveland. Gravitated to St. Louis, finished high school there. Got a musical scholarship back to Mississippi Valley
okay,
in
but wait, I haven't
1974.
even told your name yet. This is Bertron Cowan, y'all.
Okay, all right, not a
This is
problem.
Bertron Cowan, and I really wanted to identify because I was thinking that you were from Itabena, and I got caught up in that thinking, well, where are you from?
I'm from a lot of
You
places.
from a lot of
Exactly,
places.
yeah. I've lived in Illinois. I've lived in Missouri.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but I've spent, believe it or not, the majority of my life in Itabena. I've been there for over 40 years.
So that's again, that's the association.
Exactly, right.
Okay, so I wasn't all too far.
Okay, not at all.
So Bertron Cowan is
Yes,
here on the show tonight, and he is the vice president of the Mississippi Delta Business Alliance Group.
yes,
You also have a music company
yes.
that you do. We're going to get into each one of these, but then
Okay, that'll be fine.
and so let's just take one at a time because I really want to spend a moment with you just having everyone really appreciate the breadth and the scope of this brother here because he is such a wonderful person, number one, but then also very ambitious and does a lot that no one seems to know about, you know? And so we're going to talk about the work that you've been doing in a way that everybody can really support and patronize your efforts. So,
All right, thank you.
yeah. So tell us about the music part first.
Okay, well, I received a musical scholarship to Mississippi Valley in 1974. From there, I graduated in 1979. Went on to pursue my master's degree in music education at Southern Illinois University at Carbondale. I didn't quite complete that assignment before I got a call from the then chairman of the music department, Mr. Russell Boone, letting me know that there was a position available. So I had a choice to stay and finish up my master's degree. So being a young man, just recently graduated from college, so I called my mother, who lived at St. Louis at the time. So I said, Mama, I've got a position that's available for me at Mississippi Valley, so I'm kind of torn here. I've got about 21 hours toward my master's degree. So should I stay and finish up the master's or go back and get a job? So she said, well, son, you can always go back to school and get your degree, but the job might not be there. So, of course, with Mama's advice in my mind, I packed up and came back here to Bena, and I'm happy that I did. I've been back here ever since.
So you work at Valley?
I do part-time work at Valley, like contractual work as a piano technician. Take care of the pianos on campus. Probably about 25 or 30 pianos. We tune them throughout the year. And,
So this is a business?
yes, right.
And it's called the Cowan?
Cowan Music LLC. Right.
Okay.
So we've been in existence for about maybe 35 years, and we've tuned a lot of pianos across the Delta, and have been in kind of like in the background in the music scene, but we support band directors and install church PA equipment and tune pianos, and also we give some private music lessons. We make some house calls in terms of providing music lessons, and we do organ repair work and sell music equipment as well.
Well, that's good to know because I for one, have an organ and 2 pianos that need your attention immediately.
Okay, I'll be happy to assist. That's what we do.
Yeah, and then the music lessons. So you're a trained musician?
Yes, I have an undergraduate degree from Valley in jazz and commercial music, and then also have a master's degree in music education from Jackson State University. And I've done further studies in other fields. I've also did about a couple of years at Jackson State in the urban and regional planning program, and I've also about 10 hours shy of a master's degree in music education. I mean in business, master's of business education from Delta State. Exactly.
So are you going to finish up?
Well, I'm debating that as we speak.
Well, of course you are. The answer is yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
And I'm sure all of the students out there, especially because I'm a professor, so that's all I'm on. I'm on education. I don't know, lifelong learning. That's just the way it's going to go.
Well,
period. Yes, you're always in school. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I think I had probably been out of school out of the educational field for about 20 years. So at that point, I said, it might be time to go back and retool. So I'm happy that I did. I kind of got back and got into the, of course, the entry-level courses where you get a chance to go in and deal with IT, the information technology, and that really kind of got me out there in terms of being on the right side of the digital divide. I'm happy that I did. So right now I feel real comfortable on the computer and don't see how, anybody could make it without being on the right side of the digital divide.
Well, that's cool. So now, is your music lessons, is it also virtual, or can you provide virtual music instruction, or is it all one-on-one?
I gather probably I do not. I make house calls, but I was talking with the gentleman about a year ago over in Kosciuszko.
Where my people from?
Is that right, Kosciuszko?
Yeah, we hillbillies over there.
Okay, well, look, I love the hill country.
Yeah.
So we ended up, so he was sharing with me how he was able to provide virtual lessons. I haven't quite ventured into that. I mainly work with beginners, individuals who are just starting out, and so since then we've been able to provide musical instruction where some of the individuals have actually gone on to become church musicians and have stayed in the music field. So we try to be right there to kind of launch the musical career or get them interested, or what we like to call make individuals get hooked on music. And oftentimes with beginners, we try to instill what we call the 3 C's, which is to provide confidence, coordination, and also we believe that music builds character as well. So
Oh, yes, it
all
does.
those
That discipline,
yeah, yeah,
for
exactly.
sure.
So it's all about confidence. Well, I think I can play this song. I know I can play this song. So once you get that confidence going in one particular discipline, we feel that it actually gravitates to other areas as well in their lives.
Yeah, yeah, that's good stuff, and I'm happy to hear that because I think we need so much more music in this community, music instruction and opportunities to come and take those kinds of classes. But we're going to take a break, and we're going to come
Sure,
back, and
okay.
we're going to talk more
Okay.
with my brother, Mr. Cohen,
Okay.
Bertron Cowan.
Bertron,
So we
okay.
will be right back.
All right, thank you.
All right, so now we're going to talk about uh, well, I want to talk about the church. We're going to
That's fine,
segue
that's fine.
on
Okay,
into
all right,
that.
right.
Okay, we ready? Welcome back. I'm in the studio talking with, again, my brother, Bertron Cowan.
Thank you, thank
He
you.
had to correct me because I was saying Bertron.
Okay, that's close.
It's close enough,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
So now I'm happy to hear the stuff about the music because, again, you just can't be too much cultural instruction going on. I think that's perfect. And so you are able to come into people's homes or into people's community centers or
Right,
churches
exactly,
and
right.
give that sort of
Yes,
instruction,
exactly.
right?
Yeah, right. We work with beginners, and we've been successful in starting and establishing, we call the program Music Makes You Smarter. And so we've had programs at Mount Bayou. I have to get them established at Belzoni, Yazoo City, Carrollton, Grenada, just a plethora of cities around the Delta that we've worked with. And some of the programs are still up and running and going on, going strong. So we're always happy to go back and pay a visit where we see maybe sometimes as many as 20 or 30 students that's coming through doing, performing a recital. In particular, I would like to make mention of Miss Gwen Rush studio at Belzoni. Gwen retired maybe 15 or 20 years ago, and she decided she wanted to do something in her retirement. So I suggested to her as a friend that she would look into maybe starting a after-school music program. So she did just that, and on occasion I'll go back to one of her recitals, and I might see 20 or 30 students that's there performing on recital, and I feel nice knowing that I played a small part in making that her dream come true in terms of starting a after-school music program at Belzoni.
So what genre of music is it that you specialize in? Is it just all forms of black classical music, jazz, and gospel?
Right now, we just kind of basically deal with of course, I'm saying as a musician, I love all genres of music. I like jazz, rap, gospel, bluegrass, country. As Duke Ellington oftentimes would say, if it sounds good, it is good.
It is
So,
good, right?
exactly right. So we go by that mantra. If it sounds good,
It is good.
it is good. So we leave it at that.
But of course, you do play gospel.
Yes, I like gospel. I like I say, I'm into all of the music. I don't try to discriminate or whatever. If it's good, I'm into it.
Because I'm leading into your church and the work that you're doing with your church.
Okay.
And are you your church pianist? Or?
No, I'm not.
You're
No,
not?
I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not involved in the music ministry. First, I do sing in the choir, but other than that, I'm not. We're working now at Providence MB Church at Greenwood. We're working to get a music program started where we would actually extend it to the community where individuals could come in and take music lessons, whether they're youth or an adult can come in and study voice lessons as well as piano lessons, so and drum lessons. So we're working to get that.
And what church is this again?
This is the Providence MB Church at Greenwood, under the direction of Pastor Jesse Payne, Jr. So we're working to get that particular program off the ground, and then we're also working to get a financial education class going there at some time in the near future, where individuals can come in and go through a series of classes, and then from there they will actually be able to qualify for a business loan through some of the, well, a personal loan through some of the area bankers who have agreed to work with the program, and as they pay the loan back, then their credit score ticks up a little bit. Individuals. So we're happy to be a part of that as well. Yes.
So this is, okay, so through the church you're doing financial literacy, but you're also doing the
These
music ministry stuff too?
Yes, what we call basic music education, where we figure the concept is if you get the foundation going, and just like individuals can get, say, hooked on things that's not beneficial to life, if you get hooked on music, then you never want to give it up, because you can actually, well, it's therapeutic for one thing, and then also you get a chance to kind of go places, and to be able to listen to music and actually analyze, understand what you're listening to in terms of the meter, the different aspects of music, then that takes on a whole different level of understanding of music when you're listening to it, regardless of the genre that you're listening to.
Absolutely. And then I'm hearing just to tie in on the business front too, you know, because music is a serious business.
It is very much so.
Exactly.
Right. It's a business. So like I say, you know, these services will be rendered, but of course they will be rendered for a fee. And then also we're looking at doing some grant writing to actually help to offset the cost, you know, to the public of coming in to take the lessons. Exactly.
And so again, at the church, it's open not just to the congregation.
No, it's open to the public. Exactly.
So how is that working? How does it work?
Well, right now, like I say, we're in the planning stage. So the first phase step is to we'll be getting out a survey where we basically ask 3 questions. Is your child currently enrolled in music? Yes or no? Would you like for your child to become enrolled in music? And most parents are going to say yes. And then we have others, so that way somebody might already have it or might not be interested. So that way we can get the basic information. And once we get that, across the years, we've noticed that once we do the survey, then from there, that'll give us an idea about how we can actually go about implementing in the level of support that we will have for it once we go into a community. To give an example, a few years back, we started a music program down at Lexington, Mississippi, at the Rural Culture Center, Miss Ann Brown and Coach Brown. So when we initially went in, there were only 2 students there. So I say, well, we'll go ahead in and see how far we go. So before we left, we had at least about 25 or 30 students. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, because oftentimes young people would tell their friends about it, and friends would ask their parents, can they join in? So, and we just not only work with youth, we work with adults. I think one lady was about 85 years old. She wanted to learn how to play the saxophone. So at the end of the day, when we finished with the youth, she would come in and we'd work with her on the saxophone. So,
I love seniors, you know, and older people who have that kind of spirit.
Exactly, right.
And I mean, that's it. That's what it's all about. It's just that.
Yes, she decided at 85 she was going to
learn something new.
Learn how to play a saxophone.
A saxophone of all.
Exactly. So I couldn't say no. I had to work with her. As a matter of fact, she did quite well.
I love it.
Exactly.
I love it.
So,
we're going to take a break and come back, but I'm really excited about that. You know, and I think that every senior citizen in the audience tonight too take note of that, because yes, you too can learn how to play saxophone.
Exactly. There you go. Exactly. It's
a
great
instrument. We're
instrument.
going to take a break and come on back with more Bertron Cowan.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Welcome back. I'm in the studio speaking with Bertron Cowan, who has just really got me excited talking about senior citizens learning how to play saxophone at the age of 85. And again, that excites me because I know that's how I'm going to be when I get
There you go. There you
that
go.
age. I'm going to be learning
Lifelong
something.
learner.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes. Picking up a cello or violin or
There you go.
something and
Bongos,
just,
congos.
yeah,
Exact.
okay.
There we go. We
Doing
can.
some African dance.
There
And
you go. It can be done.
it can be done, and it
Yes.
should be done, and it should
Exactly.
be encouraged.
Exactly.
So,
I agree.
but tell me about some of the other work that you're doing that I'm really excited about is the business alliance and the networking that you have been working on pulling together for a few years now. Since I've known you, you've been busy doing a lot of this business network building.
I think it's important that we do reach out and like I said, I've been in business for a long time, so I've made a lot of mistakes and had some successes. So we oftentimes work out. Actually, I think we had our very first business card exchange I attended was in 1982 here in the city of Greenville. But since then, in 1995, we formed the organization. It's an informal organization. So what we do, we send out. First, we started sending out formal invitations, and of course, now that we're in the modern age, we very seldom send out anything in writing. We just mainly do an email.
Evite, right?
Exactly, Evite, exactly, and Meet-O-Matic. So we send out invitations that way. And on average, we have had business card exchanges in Clarksdale where we've had as many as 150 people. Then we've also had some small business card exchanges where we've had as little as maybe 10 or 12 people.
And tell us what the purpose is for business card exchange.
We have a motto with the Mississippi Delta Business Alliance, and we put progressive people in touch with progress. So what we do, our format is normally we bring in resource people, whether it's the Mississippi Delta, with the Mississippi Delta Business Alliance, but we also bring in resource people like the Mississippi Development Authority, which can provide beginner business owners with certification. And then from there, we bring in lenders, whether it's traditional or non-traditional lenders. And so we've got two events that's coming up that I would love to share with your audience.
Yeah.
One is slated for the 23rd of July at Clarksdale at the Coahoma Community College. And we're calling it a lenders conference where we've invited All Consulting, Shreveport Federal Credit Union, Shelby Bolivar Credit Union, and some other people to come out. As a matter of fact, on yesterday, we were having a conversation with a gentleman out at California. He got excited, and it's my understanding he's going to attend the one that we've got planned for Jackson, the Jackson State University's East Center on the 31st of July. So 1 week we'll be in Clarksdale. The next week we'll be taking up shop, moving to Jackson, the Jackson State University East Center out on Raymond Road on Highway 80. And at that particular event, we'll have non-traditional lenders from the Jackson area to come in and tell small business owners what it is that they need to do to qualify to receive capital to expand and grow their businesses.
Okay. So they're business card exchanges, but then there are also symposiums for lending.
Yes, well, we like to call them networking events because oftentimes, I think a few years back, we did an informal survey where maybe over the period of, say, maybe 3 or 4 months, we kind of, as we held the card exchanges, we would call up the participants and just ask if, in other words, did you receive any benefits from attending the business card exchange. Of course, this is a pre-recession that we're talking about. And so we're surmising that probably within maybe, say, 3 months to 6 months that from what we could tabulate based on what the individual shared with us, that probably about maybe $1 to $2 million worth of business exchange hands from just the B2B, the business owners who were there. So we also inspire people that want to go into business, aspiring business owners to come in. Just kind of sometimes birds of a feather flock together. So if you want to become a business owner, then
you hang with business owners.
Hang with business owners.
Yeah.
Some people who've been there, done that.
That's right.
To tell you what to get into and what not to get into. And so that's the way we oftentimes like to present ourselves, where we bring business owners and with the people who want to go into business. Then that way they can be encouraged to let them know that if someone else can do it, then you can too.
Now, I also heard you mention something about a Black Business Expo or some sort of an exposition of different businesses
Yes,
throughout.
we've been looking at that for a number of years, and we're looking at doing a Mississippi Black Business Expo. We're looking at doing it sometime in 2016. And so what we've done so far is we pulled together several individuals. As a matter of fact, we've asked you to serve on the committee with us as well.
And I will.
Oh, thank you so much. And so we're going to look at doing that. Well, what it is, we understand that Memphis has a Black Business Expo. I know,
Everybody in the world has a Black Business Expo
Indiana,
except the Delta.
Indiana's having a Black Business Expo. So we're going to make this a statewide event.
Yes.
Where we're hopeful to attract business owners from all 82 counties to come to our capital city, Jackson, and from there we're going to work it up. So we appreciate you for serving on the committee, along with Ms. Pam Chapman as well as Alice Teasdale at Jackson with the Jackson Advocate and others. And so from there, I'm quite sure we'll have the expertise at the table that'll actually help us to pull this off.
Let me just say, those can be so much fun. You have no idea. Just you know, the opportunities that it present. It's just beyond business and exchanging business card and networking. It can be cultural. It can be all of the things that you would expect the expo to be. You know, you bring in fashion shows. You bring in all kinds of wonderful talent. You know, and make a fun, you know, exposition happen.
Exactly.
And so I think you'll be quite pleased actually with the outcome. And it being the first here in Mississippi. So I'm really excited to be a part of that and bring some of the California flavor with the best practices and stuff the way we used to do it out there.
Okay, great. Well, we're looking forward to your leadership on the committee as we
participation.
go forward.